This will not be a fanboy review, though I'm a lifelong fan of DC Comics and of Superman in particular. This new film by James Gunn touches on major themes of character and mythology that previous outings have failed to capture. Superman is not just another hero punching a villain this time. It's about power, identity, humanity, and the institutions trying to own them all. There is something radical and punk rock about Superman and the American myth of Big Blue. And for the first time on screen, you might have to ask yourself, is Superman an anarchist? You probably already know Kal-El is sent to Earth from Krypton by his family and is raised by the Kents in Kansas. His Kryptonian parents gave him recordings of themselves with their love and orders like dogma from above, commandments. But his Earth parents gave him values and guiding principles. Institutions constantly pressure him to use his powers according to their agendas. The military, the government, the seats of power and wealth all want to use Superman to their own ends. But Clark resists because of his values. His greatest conflict is not a monster or supervillain, but with himself in discovering and deciding who he wants to be. He's just a person who cares about people and wants to help them. And in the face of everyone's cynicism and even the orders of his biological parents and teasing from Lois Lane, that is what makes him so brave. He pushes against the status quo. He is neither a ruler nor a savior sent from above, but a symbol of solidarity with the people of Earth. We inherit systems, nationality, planet of origin, education, capitalism, but we are not bound by them. Superman has powers, sure, but those are nothing without freedom. Superman inherits a set of rules like we all do, but he refuses to become a tool or a weapon or a product for the market. He asks, who do I want to be? And he's willing to ignore rules to be that person. He even says he won't look at social media, represent anyone but himself, and thinks love and caring are the real punk rock. It's one of my favorite lines from the movie. The film makes sure to let you know Superman does not respect the institution of the military or the president or any politician. He doesn't consult them to save lives or stop wars or get involved in international affairs. In the comics, the Fortress of Solitude is at the North Pole, but here it's in Antarctica, which Lex Luthor reminds him is against international law. Superman's fortress in this movie is illegal. Superman isn't interested in protecting power or laws that limit individual freedoms. He stands for liberty and justice. He protects people. He is well aware that legality does not equal morality. Even the Justice Gang, it's like a little proto Justice League in the movie, is an institution he can't totally get behind. They're sponsored by a billionaire, and although they're his fellow metahumans, he finds their violent methods abhorrent when they fight a kaiju released by Lex Luthor. Mr. Terrific rolls his eyes at Superman's desire to save the creature and instead kills him or them with his T-spheres by exploding his innards. Superman watches in horror with his X-ray vision. He seems to be the only one who cares about the collateral damage caused by the battle. He's running around saving squirrels and dogs and little kids because squirrels and dogs and kids are all the same to Superman. All earthlings are worth saving and all beings have value. But the media doesn't see it that way. Their headlines after the battle read, "Heroes kill Thing." The next time an interdimensional imp comes to Metropolis, he doesn't even join in on the fight. But we can see Guy Gardner as Green Lantern beating the imp with a massive baseball bat and putting the imp in a net in the background. He doesn't fit in. Superman is anti-hierarchy, anti-obedience. He doesn't think anyone should be owned or killed or oppressed, and that makes him radically human. Superman's empathy shows his true heroism. He remembers people's names, like the doorman at the Daily Planet and the falafel guy. He trusts the Justice Gang enough to tell them his secret identity because he wants to be like them. He sees something in himself in them. He even tries to save the mechanic and Ultraman, two of the main enemies, imploring them to not go down their villainous paths. He doesn't just save people, he listens, connects, and refuses to dominate anyone. My favorite part of the movie is when he's imprisoned by Lex and he inspires one person tasked with holding him hostage to help him break free. But the other prisoners call out for the guards, saying they're worried about getting in trouble. Their captivity has become normal for them, and they tell Superman to stop fighting for freedom. They've learned to like tyranny and don't even recognize it anymore. I think it's this MAGA hates the most. That cult of bootlickers has forgotten the difference between right and wrong and denigrates anyone who remembers the value of humanity and the individual conscience. Superman doesn't listen to them and saves them all anyway. Mutual aid is using what we have to help each other, not control each other. And Superman understands that we all have something to offer. Superman doesn't want to rule or rescue us. He wants to walk alongside us and contribute according to his ability. That's not a superhero fantasy. That's anarchism at its most hopeful. In the end, he even tells Lex he hopes he will find and connect with his own humanity someday. I think Hollywood is finally getting Superman right. We don't need any more obedient heroes. We need stories that help us break our programming. This Superman shows us we're not just products of the systems that raised us. We are people who can choose how we live, how we help, and who we stand with. Superman isn't just powerful, he's revolutionary. What do you think? Is Superman an anarchist or is he just another Boy Scout? Batman always calls him a Boy Scout in the comics. Did you like the movie or do you think that some other Superman movie was better? Let me know in the comments. I'm Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator and a free speech and critical thinking advocate. If you're into stuff like that, like and subscribe. Thanks.